to go. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our dealer meeting today. I was not on the call. First off, hey guys, this is Mark Church. I should have said that earlier, but I was not on the dealer call last week or 2 weeks ago. And your DM, John White, will probably be running these calls more and more in the future, so just be aware of that. But I wanted to get on the call today to really go over some pretty important information of items that are coming down the pipe, items that you need to be aware of moving forward. Okay. All right. So we're going to jump right into this. The last dealer meeting for North Carolina took about 23 minutes. So be prepared for that. And I always tell dealers on this call, I really like for you to write notes if possible. I'm a note taker as well. So we're going to jump right into this. First off, I want to talk to you guys about the bargain barn. Point number one. It is very, very important that you are using this to your advantage. So, for example, last week we had 5 buildings sold off the bargain barn. We've already had 1 this week, and we're going to reload more buildings on Monday. I mean, not on Monday. We're going to reload more buildings on Wednesday. And so it's very, very important that you understand what is out there on the bargain barn. So, for example, I got a 10 by 16 gray vinyl standard at Rowe Brothers in New York. This is this building. Let me pull the invoice up here. This building is a 10 by 16. And it has a $300 discount on it, right? A $300 discount on it. That's pretty hefty for a 10 by 16. If we go to, we got another 10 by 16, and we actually have 2 buildings at Tri-State, and they are in New York, and they are both. These are $600 off. These are $600 off. Okay, so it's very, very important that you understand the bargain barn. Now let's go to Indiana and see what we have out there. So we have one at Indiana Trailer Sales. It's a Candyland Playhouse. We have a vinyl deluxe at Tina's. It's a 14 by 20 vinyl deluxe. Pictures are in Compass. It's got a side porch. That's a really good looking building actually. And $1,000 off this building. $1,000 off this building, okay? Man, it is super important that you understand what is on the bargain barn. We're going to reload this, like I said, on Wednesday and get more buildings out there. So, man, guys, continue to focus on the bargain barn. Use this as a sales tool. Really, Indiana did a tremendous job with it last week. And we're going to, we really need to make sure we're using this as a sales tool as much as we can moving forward. So, number one, remember the bargain barn. Number two, presidential series. Any ideas and key points you want to look at for the presidential series for 2021, email me. I need to know something in the next few days. And, any ideas, add a cottage, don't add a cottage, different things of that nature. It's very, very important that you are, we want to get your feedback. So any ideas for buildings for the presidential series, shoot me that email and let me know. Also, number 3, Indiana, just be aware, there are no CRAs in Indiana on RTO. That was a couple questions we got from dealers over the last month, which means that customer can't put a large sum of money up front on the building to pay down those payments in Indiana. So just be aware of that. Number 4, delivery certificates. Starting this week, every time a customer comes in to purchase a building, with the invoice and the RTO contract, the customer agreement, they're also going to get a delivery certificate, okay? And the point of this delivery certificate is us to have a document that customer can sign off on the point of delivery to say, yep, everything looks good, everything looks great, I'm good to go, okay? And there's 2 ways they can do this. The delivery certificate will be printed out at the point of sale. They can either sign that and give it back to the driver, or they will be able to sign the driver's phone. But due to COVID, many customers don't want to do that. They'd rather sign a piece of paper, okay? So know that is being printed out at the time of sale. Make sure you're reviewing that with your customers and reviewing that information with them at the point of sale, so they know that they need to hold on to that document if possible at the end to sign off on delivery. Now, if they don't have it, they lose it. The drivers do carry large stacks of these in their car, but also they can sign on the driver's phone. So we have multiple options there. We want the customer to be aware, hey, you're going to have to sign off on a document that just says, hey, you're happy, or there's information in there that says, hey, there was something wrong with my bill, and they can go ahead and log that as well. Okay, so make sure you're reviewing the delivery certificates with the customer at the point of sale. And number 5, make sure you are sending payments into Sheds Direct and not Scott's RTO. Anytime you click cashier's check or money order, there's a note going to pop up in Compass that says, hey, please make sure you send your checks and your payment to Sheds Direct and not Scott's RTO. Okay, make sure you are aware of that moving forward. All right, there's some things we changed up functionality in Compass, and so this is going to allow us to mark things quicker and faster. So if you don't do an ACH, which by the way we want as many ACHs as possible, and that's better for the dealer and the customer because everything gets marked approved quicker. Make sure that you are, if you can't do that and you have to do a mail-in payment, make sure you are sending payments to Sheds Direct. Okay, so now let's just recap that, and then we're going to get into point 6 and 7. So number 1, make sure you're focused on the bargain barn. Make sure you're focused on the bargain barn every day, knowing what's out there. We're going to reload a little bit on Wednesday. Make sure you're aware of that and that you're checking the bargain barn every day. Number 2, ideas on Presidential Series. Let me know ASAP so that I can get to the builder on that and we can begin to work on that project for 2021. Indiana, there are no CRAs. Be aware of that on RTO. Number 4, delivery certificates. Make sure you're reviewing that with the customer at the point of sale. And number 5, make sure you're sending in payments to Sheds Direct and not Scott's RTO. Okay. Now let's talk about point 6 and point 7, which really focuses on the sales aspect and the dealers understanding the sales window. Okay. So in New York and Indiana, what we see sales begin to ramp around the end of March through June into July. But there's usually a dip. In July, and then things begin to ramp back up in towards the end of August. Okay. We did not exactly see that dip this year in July that we thought might be there. That's been there in the past. Okay, so this is what I want to communicate and let you guys know. You guys have a shorter sales window than most to take advantage of what's going on in the world and especially during the sales season. From now until the first couple weeks of November, you need to be highly focused on the short sales window you have to make hay while the sun shines, okay, especially going into an election year. It's very important that you understand this. It's very important that you understand, hey, for the next few months, I need to probably stay at my lot a little longer. I need to call a couple more people a day. I need to post a couple more ads a day. I need to spend a little bit more money boosting Facebook ads. I need to get a little Google ad going on every once in a while. I need to focus heavily on advertising and focus heavily on the sales window I have for you to be successful, okay? It's very important that you're taking advantage of August, September, October, and into November, and you are doing all you can to work later, call more, be more aggressive, and do those things moving forward, okay? It's very important that you do that. I cannot even begin to tell you how important it is that you understand the sales window that you have. My job with the organization is to make sure our dealers, even to the day, the week, the month, understand when they need to work more, when they need to work longer, where they're going to make their money. And you need to understand for the next 3 to 4 months, this is your opportunity, especially with COVID, to really, really work harder, call more, advertise more, and all of those different things, okay? I recently read an article the other day, and they were talking about what's probably going to happen in the fall. And there's a lot of speculation that I know in North Carolina, some of the counties have already shut down school. They said, hey, we're going straight remote. Some of the counties are saying hey, we need to go a couple of days a week. Some of the counties are saying, hey, we need to go 4 days a week, okay? And so we don't really know what's going to happen, but what we do know is you need to be prepared, because there's still going to be COVID restrictions out there. There's still going to be people staying home. There's still going to be people in the fall already began to re-landscape, look at adding storage and different things of that nature, okay? Also, you need to be prepared for more families, especially with COVID and the way unemployment is, more families moving in with each other, parents moving into their sons or daughters' basement, different things of that nature, so that you need to be prepared for many of these things and understand the market that's out there. Number 6, okay? Understand your sales window. Number 7, you need to understand how to market the cottages that you currently have. Okay, so let's talk real quick about this. First off, there are no other builders that I know of that builds that cottage like we do. Okay, now there are some builders that build some things that, there are a few builders that build some things that kind of resemble it, but very even few of those. There's very few builders that build the actual cottage like we build. Okay, it's very important that you understand how to advertise that. These cottages are going to be used for many different aspects, okay? You need to be drawing up advertising for cottages to be used for classrooms. You need to be drawing up cottages to be used for home offices. You need to be drawing up man caves and she sheds for when their college kids don't go back to school or their kids are at home 3 days a week. Somebody's going to be driven crazy, and they're going to need a place to, hey, I'm going to go out here and relax for a little bit, okay? I know personally with my 3 kids right now, they're going to go to school for 2 days and be home for 3. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be going crazy, or we already are going crazy. We're going to be going crazy more, okay? So it's very important that you're getting creative and that you're drawing this up. I've got multiple Facebook posts or Facebook ads that I have asked our D in the office to draw up for me, okay? And she's going to be sending these out. I'm going to be sending these out tomorrow. And this is going to give you guys a great example of what to post, okay? So I'm looking at this right here. It talks about needing an art studio, okay? It talks about needing a little break room type individual. Need a yoga mat. Now that gyms, not a yoga mat, need a place for yoga and to work out. Now that gyms are not open in many cases, hey, you need one of those. You need a home office to work out of. I mean, there's all kinds of a craft area, a backyard pool house, a man cave. Whatever you need, that cottage has many options. And I'm telling you right now, you need to be creative with your cottage posts, okay? Those dealers that I have spoken to in the last couple of weeks, as well as the research that I have done on the internet, is heavily focused on cottages, heavily focused on remote offices, heavily focused on remote classrooms, heavily focused on those things. And you need to be taking advantage of the product that you have to sell, and you need to be taking advantage of what's going on in the world right now, okay? So just to recap, we talked about the top 5, Bargain Barn, Presidential Series, no CRAs in Indiana, delivery certificates, payments for Sheds Direct, or payments coming to Sheds Direct, and number 6, understanding your delivery window. If there was a time that I said, hey, honey, or tell my husband or my wife, hey, look, I'm going to work a little later and I'm going to work a little bit more aggressively. I'm going to spend a little bit more time late at night drawing up ads. I'm going to spend a little bit later time on Saturdays reaching out and making appointments for customers, calling old leads. I would say husband or wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, family, maybe you don't have any of that, that's fine. Hey, whatever. I would tell whoever I need to tell, listen, I'm going to be working a little bit more from now until November. and I'm going to give it my best to make hay while I can and to make the maximize my income while I can. Okay, maximize my income while I can. And while I'm doing that, on point number 7, be advertising cottages. Be advertising things that are going to be used for classrooms, offices, workout areas, craft rooms, man caves, whatever it is, whatever it can be. You need to make sure that you are advertising cottages, okay? So on that note, it is 10:51. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to question and answer. Go ahead, Dee. Turn it over to question and answer, please. All righty, guys. So we're going to go ahead. Is everybody unmuted?
Yes, or I've asked to unmute them.
Okay. So if you have any questions, does anybody have any questions out there? All right. So if you don't have any questions or you're having issues with your muting and unmuting, reach out to your DM, Nathan Miller in New York, John White in Indiana. I know that he's up in Indiana and Ohio this week. And so reach out to those guys and different things of that nature. Make sure you're reading your notes from the call. And, guys, understand your sales window. Be aggressive. Take advantage of this while you can, as well as get those cottage advertisements out. Guys, continue to do a great job. New York and Indiana has really stepped it up over the last few weeks. Super excited about what's going on out there. Super excited about the dealer network we have. Guys, continue to do a great job. Continue to be leaders and lead the way. And once again, guys, talk to you soon and keep selling.